Right guys, we're back for round 2 of the Batrep. I know a lot of you were asking when I was doing another one, so here it is. This is 1500 points of Dark Eldar versus Tyranids. This is Matt, he's playing Tyranids today. I will run through my list. It's slightly different from last time owing to the fact that there are no vehicles in the enemy army. So I've got 6 jet bikes with 2 blasters back here. 2 cross caltrops on the same unit. I've got 5 scourges here with 4 splinter cannons, 3 venoms here, all with 5 cavalites inside as basic, 2 splinter cannons on each. Another 6 jet bikes identical to the squad over there, the 2 coloured ones, the ones with blasters and cluster caltrops. Another scourge unit there with the 4 splinter cannons, and that's all the stuff on the board. In reserve we have Razorwing Jet Fighter, 2 disintegrator cannons, which for Matt's benefit I'll state is 3 strength 5 AP2 shots per gun, and then a splinter cannon on the front, which is the splinter cannon, and then the 4 monocyte missiles, which are large blast strength 6 AP5. Same there, and they both have night shields, which gives them stealth. I've then got this Venom in reserve with my Archon, with Webway Portal and Shadowfield and 4 Medusa as a court in there, in Deep Strike reserve. And then these 3 are the Cabalite units in the Venom zone there. Right, I'm going to ask Matt to run through his list vaguely for me.
You said nothing about having to talk.
Right, so I think we've got how many gargoyles here?
So, there's 3 sets of gargoyles.
Oh, Skyblight formation, guys, by the way.
Yes, so 3 sets of gargoyles, 20 in that one, 20 in that one, and 20 in that one. There's 20 Termagaunts.
This is from the CAD detachment.
And 20 Hormagaunts.
Yep.
Sorry, 15 Hormagaunts.
Yep.
2 Crones, a Harpy, 2 Tyrants with double devourers.
And 1 is from the CAD and 1 is from the formation.
Yep. CAD, formation,
Yep.
and then 2 zone probes.
Single units.
Single zone probes.
Yeah, okay, what your warlord trait was make me discard one of my Maelstrom cards. We are playing just standard Maelstrom, 3 cards each, nothing fancy.
Nope.
Your psychic powers, what did you roll?
So I've even got my unique system here. So,
Of writing them down.
indeed. So Tyrant 1. I've got the Horror, I've actually got these up, and Psychic Scream, so quite nice ones.
So horror and psychic scream for one of
So
the
Tyrant
tyrants.
2, so the undercoated one. Got Catalyst, so you feel no pain, and the Horror.
Lots of horror.
And then, this is a great one, so Zone Throw left. That's because he's just pointing left, that's all. Automatic comes with 6, which is the Warp, it's a Warp Blast even. And Psychic Scream, which is completely useless. And the next one is Warp Blast and the Horror.
Warp Blast and the horror. Awesome. Right, so lots of horror.
Lots of horror.
The horror. Right, sorry for that. Right, I chose to go first and deploy
Matt's
first.
going to try and seize the initiative
And
right now.
Matt is going to try and seize the initiative. How do you feel?
I feel let down by my dice.
Yeah.
The dice god's certainly not with me.
Okay, did you sacrifice a small child?
I forgot.
That'll be why. Well, hopefully that'll turn the tide. Right, moving on to my turn 1. Okay guys, the end of my Dark Eldar movement phase. We've discovered a load of objectives as well. Got Skyfi 1 here, which is amazing for killing him. Add 1 cover save here, half charge range there. I discovered that one. Let's see what this is.
Nothing!
Nothing of interest, and I wasn't in range to get that. My cards were as follows.
Very
Let's
dark
see.
Eldar.
Right, let's see. Dark Eldar. Score 1 victory point at the end of your turn if I kill an enemy in the assault phase. No. Score 1 victory point if I cause a casualty from 3 different units. Likely to get that one. And discover one mysterious objectives. I'm probably going to aim to get that one later on. Right, end of movement. Otherwise, the Venom moved over to there. 2 Venoms moved up. Discovered that. They stood still. They stood still because of salvo. Jet bikes moved up there. Jet bikes moved up there. Now to start the shooting. Okay, so end of Dark Eldar shooting and assault phase actually. We lost a bunch of gargoyles here, a bunch of gargoyles there and there, and a bunch of gargoyles there. I basically just targeted the gargoyles, trying to keep them back. I did manage to discover all of the objectives before backing away here and conga lining there to make sure I got them. So going through to my cards, here we go. All the mysterious objectives have been discovered, so I get a point. And death by 1,000 cuts. Let's see. One model was removed as a casualty from 3 different enemy units. Yes, not 6, but yeah. So I get one for that. Yeah, D3, sorry. No, 1.
Score 1.
1 victory point, there we go. So I get 1 for that. And I did not kill anyone in the assault phase. So, this end of my turn. Wish me luck. Okay guys, we're at the end of the Tyranid movement phase. Pretty much everything has gone from here to here. All the flying monster creatures are flying. We've also had the psychic phase. Didn't do anything in the movement phase. The psychic phase, he rolled I think he had like 9 warp charge in total. I got my 3 piddly dice and failed to do 9
11 in total.
He managed to get Catalyst off from this one onto there and on himself. Herald caused himself a wound and forgot Catalyst for the rest of the game. Yay! He also managed to ground himself and lose a wound by grounding, and that's all he managed to do because I managed to pass a pinning check from, is it the horror?
Yeah, the
horror on this Scourge unit and that Scourge unit, passing 2 leadership tests of a 6. So that's the end of his psychic phase, and now we're going to go on to his shooting phase. End of Tyranid shooting. We lost a jet bike here, and they jinked. We lost 3 scourges there, and I need to do a pinning leadership check.
Run!
They are fine, and then we've got, we lost a Venom over here, just got wrecked, and they are fine.
Stop passing!
And that is it. I think that's all I've been shot at. We lost 1 Scourge with a splinter cannon here, and they passed all their necessary checks. That's the end of the Tyranid first turn. They just ran with everything else, like an inch or 2 or 3. Not a very fast turn. Right, let's go on his cards. I believe Matt got...
I scored that one.
He got that, which is holding that objective over there. Cool. And they have objective skills, they have it.
Discarding that one.
Discarding this one, which is scored D3, add 3 objectives if you control every objective marker on the table at the end of your turn. No. And this one he's keeping, which is scored D3 victory points if you control at least 2 objective markers and twice as many as the enemy, which he almost had, but you have to control that one in the middle.
You don't own that one anymore.
Oh, do we have this?
I have
this one. 1, and Matthew has 1, 2. So yeah, 3. So Matt has done it. So Matt has actually got 2 more victory points. There we go. Happy Matt. After the epic psychic fail of this tyrant. Right, on to my Dark Eldar turn 2. Right, beginning of Dark Eldar to turn 2, or end of the movement phase. Not to forget, I now have 6 up, feel no pain, because of Powerful Pain. All my reserves came on. I've got a flyer here, pointing at that, flyer there, pointing at that. I've got the Venom on the Skyfire Nexus over there, pointing at that Venom, aiming at all Tyrant on the ground there, these guys ground there. Jet bikes retreated, they're probably just going to fire pop shots because they had to jink last time. Otherwise, the jet bikes over here moved up to an inch away from the gargoyles there because my cards, forgot to go over these, score 1 victory point if I control objective 3 at the end of my turn, which is that one over there. This one is score 1 victory point if at least 3 of my scoring units and none of my enemies are within 12 inches. Yes. And this one is manifest as psychic power, and I'm just gonna that's where that goes. I will start shooting now. Okay guys, end of my assault and shooting phase. Basically, the jetbug's here, hot shot, snapshot over there, did nothing and fell back. This took 2 wounds off the party there. This took a couple of wounds off that there. It's got 1 wound left and is still in the air. We managed to kill the flying hive tyrant there.
To say it got 5 feel no pains off.
He did get 5 feel no pains off on his last one. The Archon with the 4 flamers and the venom cannons and everything killed all but 3 gaunts
One guard.
over there.
Oh, yeah, oh, that one.
3 gaunts there, and he took a wound off the zone threat there. And then, yeah, big flamer, got killed lots of them. And then in combat over here, because I actually charged into combat wanting to take this objective, I ended up overrunning and killing them too well and knocking myself out of range of the objective. And there is 1 gargoyle left, annoyingly, for both of us, because I could have got the objective and he could have then shot me. So that's the end of my turn, card-wise. I didn't get the psychic power one, obviously. I did get the one which says if I've got 3 units and no enemy units in my deployment zone, I get a victory point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, add to the pile. And this is hold objective 3, which I don't have, but I'll keep. So end of Dark Eldar turn 2, beginning of Tyranid turn 2. Alright, this is Tyranid end of shooting phase. Basically, we've got the gargoyles and the gaunts moving up here. They managed to pop the venom here. Just glanced it, but the squad side failed their pinning test, so now they're pinned. Otherwise, the Hormagaunts moved from up here down to here. These guys they failed their instinctive behaviour, and these guys all shot at that, and it's fine, absolutely fine, but it did jink. The flyer that is no longer here, it's dead, it got taken out by this flying monstrous creature hive turret here with 12 strength 6 shots, and he got 12 hits and like 6 pens, so yeah, that flyer went down even with jinking. It exploded and landed there, so it did nothing. Otherwise, he's just sort of run with these 2 up. Psychic was basically the 2 zone threats warp blasting at that, and they caused 1 pen, which just stunned it, but otherwise it was actually the gargoyles who managed to glance it to death. Up next will be his assault phase. I'm predicting a charge here, and then finishing off combat here. Okay, end of Tyranid assault phase. Combat over here, when as expected, they killed the 1 remaining gargoyle and consolidated back. That combat over there, unexpected combat. The Archon really didn't do anything, but he's only armed with a close combat weapon. And the Medusa killed 2 gargoyles, and then they took 2 wounds off the Archon, and he lost his Shadow Field. So drawn combat, well done. Okay, so quick recap, just my turn. I basically moved up, I killed 3 flying monstrous creatures, the hive turret there to the Skyfire, killed the full wound Harpy here with various shots and spin cannons and jet bikes. I mean, the Harpy here, I killed the spin cannons here, and the Cavalite Warriors here, the jet bikes shot some gargoyles and completely whiffed. The jet fighter over there flew off the board, and in the combat over there I won the combat, but they're completely fearless. I've managed to get a victory point for that objective, a victory point for killing 3 units, got me 2 victory points, and that was my turn. Okay guys, we're now doing the recap at the end of Tyranid turn 3. So the Crone flew over here and used its Droll cannon and killed 3 of the bikes. I don't get cover, but I did save with no pain. Other than that, the gargoyles pinned themselves with instinctive behaviour. These guys run and failed an 11-inch charge over here, and the combat, I was blinded by blinding venom last time. Yes, I rolled a 6 for the initiative test, and I killed 1 and he killed none, but he's feared. You're not feeling it, right? Oh.
I'm not.
Oh, so my leadership.
They're running.
Running.
Catch me.
I do. You're dead. Right, so I've now just wiped the squad out. And it's now my turn 4.
Yep.
Right guys, running out of time, but we're going to speedily go through my turn. The flaming unit went up there, killed 10 Hormagaunts and left 5 standing. Various splinter shots from here took a wound off the zone threat here. My flyer came on and took out the Crone here with a little bit of help from this Skyfire Nexus Venom here. The jet bikes, the Venom and the Scourges here shot and killed all but 2 of the gargoyles, and these guys went and ran and got that objective for me. These guys jumped up, fired pot shots and did nothing. Jet bikes went up and did nothing. That is about everything. I've managed to get this objective here, which is score 1 victory point if you control objective 2 at the end of your game, and if you control objective marker 1. Number 1 is there, number 2 is over there, so I've got both of these. On to Matt's. Right guys, Matt, my good friend, has decided to call it as his cards are, hold this objective, hold this objective and kill my warlord. And points wise, and the fact that he's only got 2 gargoyles left, and the other unit of gargoyles again failed to come on. He's got a zone threat on 1 wound and 5 Hormagaunts left, and it's his turn 4. We've still got at least a whole Dark Eldar turn to play. He decided to call it, so good game and victory for Dark Eldar. Right guys, so just before we ended, Matt would like me to show you his Flying Hive Tyrant he worked very hard on. Yeah, he was trying to get it fully painted, didn't quite manage, but he's managed to do a lovely job on the wings and a lovely job on the armour, and if I turn it around you'll see he's missing his arms. But lovely job on the skin. It's a very lovely model. I can't wait to see Matt's entire army like it. So thank you very much Matt for the game.